role, because my team was bad, was to carry. The item that I had has nothing to do with my team. You know what I mean? Yes, when your team is winning, they will kill people and you will win. That has nothing to do with being a carry. I think what you're trying to talk about is that you may be solo losing the game because your team is winning and you have hubris and you fuck up and then you get fucked and you would have survived with Sundered Sky. That has nothing to do with my game or what I'm even talking about, right? What you have to think about is that you are a laner on top lane and you can win your lane and get resources. And if your team is bad, you can use those resources. If you use it with hubris on Aatrox, you have a bigger potential of shutting down fed enemy teammates than if you were winning with Sundered Sky. That is not an opinion, that is a fact. If the parameters of hubris are set and you can actually play it. Versus Teemo, different story, right? Or versus an ADC or whatever. But the idea that you being fed and you have to take a different item because of your team, that makes no sense whatsoever. You play the item that makes you most possible to carry. If your team is 0-10 or not, means nothing for what you build. You have to try to carry because your team is behind. If your team is winning, we don't have to fucking talk about anything. Go goddamn heartsteel, you know what I mean? So, when your team is losing, you gotta go the best possible thing you can. And I did that, but I fucked up. Mechanically, my hands. I fucked up here. That was the problem. Not the shop. My hands. My hands were the issue. And you gotta be able to correctly assess the problem in every single game. If last game I blamed it on hubris, if the loss of last game and me playing bad in lane, if I blamed that on the item, oh god, that is delusion maxing. That one play I had here with GP and Kane, that was the freest double kill of my life. I fucked it up, you know. Blaming the item for shit like that is not a smart thing to do at all. You can start blaming items when you do good, like, and you still don't see the results. Then you can blame the item and maybe think of something else in that scenario, right? Then it makes sense. But not when you make a visual, like, observable mistake. Then you should not blame the items. Especially not thinking about your team. Because your team has nothing to do with that. Your team has zero, like, your team has no fucking impact on that whatsoever. You gotta look at yourself and how strong is Aatrox when I built this when I'm fed, you know? Playing from behind is not a thing on Aatrox anyways. If I'm 1-4 with hubris or 1-4 with Sundered Sky and my team is bad, there is no winning that. And if I'm 1-4 with Sundered Sky or 1-4 with hubris and my team is good, I get carried with hubris and with Sundered Sky. So that does make a difference anyways for